it's Mike from Gear Diary here today to look at the iKlip Studio from IK Multimedia. The iKlip Studio, if you take a look on the box, is basically an iPad stand. But it's so much more than that. It holds it in a multitude of directions at various angles and also is able to integrate the Irig. Personally, as I've been using it more and more with the Irig and also some fold-up speakers that I had reviewed previously, I was finding that navigating around was a problem. So when I had the opportunity from IK Multimedia to take a look at the iKlip Studio, I jumped at it. So let's take a look at the box and see what we've got in there. So one particular note is that it specifies here the iPad 2, and IK has also informed me since then that it will work with the iPad 3 as well. So we'll certainly see, because that is the system that I plan on testing it with once I can get it open. So pardon the box, and here we go. So we have inside the box is another box, and inside this box we have the iKlip Studio. So let's take a look at what is in here. We have the basic iKlip Studio. We have a little bit of documentation. One is a registration card, and IK is really good with registration things. When you take and register your products, they not only give you warranty, but in the case of all their software, they also give you little goodies that makes it worthwhile. So if you've ever used any of their things, make sure you register them, because, well, it's just worth it. Get some free stuff. So this is the instructions for you've got the stand itself, which again is going to be self-evident to open, but the thing that they have here, which I'll check out in just a couple of minutes, is the Irig Bracket. So, and that is what is, well, you can't really see it, but right in here, this piece of plastic. Let me pull it out. So this is just a little bracket clip that will hold the Irig. So let's take a look at the iKlip Studio itself. You can see you've got a place that will hold just a nice little bracket that will hold the iPad in place, and from there we also have, nicely clips out, we've got multiple stand positions. These little clip tabs are what hold it in place so that it stores away ultra thin. But then when you need it out, you can simply fold it back into an upright position, and then have multiple degrees of freedom all the way. Actually, you can even go one further than that. Let me see if I can get it. I'll squish my fingers. Actually, that is all the way down. So in terms of position, this is as low as it gets. So let's just grab my iPad and we'll take a look at how each of these looks. And let me remove the smart cover for this. So if we take the iPad, put it in there, first thing you'll notice is that it fits with plenty of clearance. Again, this is a universal stand, so, and this is sitting at a fairly low angle. Personally, if I were going to have it at that low of an angle, chances are I would be using it in this orientation. Then from there you can take it and bring it up further, and let me just get a little more separation there so we can take a look, see how that looks. And it fits perfectly there, gives it a nice orientation, and again I can then put it into a higher orientation, and that is not even all the way up, so we are still a couple of brackets away. So if I take this and put it all the way up, you can see it's standing at a pretty steep incline there, which face on is coming almost directly back at me, so it's a very easy view to look at if you're looking straight on and wanting to use a keyboard for typing. So let me grab my Irig and we will see how this works. Okay, so next we want to work at hooking up the Irig in order to hook it up to some speakers and see what we get for an overall ease of setup and usability. So here's the clip that I showed earlier, and it does actually have just a small pen-like clip. And on the iKlip Studio, there are 4 different positions that you can place this clip. So I'll just put mine in the upper right. Then I will take my Irig, which I already have hooked into a guitar, and on the other side I've got the V-Moda headphone cable, which is a wonderful thing, and I borrowed that from my son in order to be able to hook it up. It has a nice distance. And then behind here, what I have is the iMango XP fold-up speaker system. So let me just take, and this, you can see, will just clip right in. Nice and easy. So clear out a little bit of my clutter here, and I have Amplitude running. Amplitude. So I just plug in, turn on, and yes, I just plugged into speakers, and yes, ask every time, and I am all hooked up, and so immediately it works. And the first thing that you might notice, or certainly the thing that I noticed right away, is the lack of hassle, the lack of clutter. I was able to hook up very easily, very conveniently, and now my Amplitude setup, or whatever app I might want to use, is very conveniently right in front of me, nicely clipped up, and I can go ahead and start making some music.